We found out who everyone else's best friends are, and finally we get to find out who Eugene's best friend is. What time is it?
I sneezed.
Oh, wow. That was
boy.
awful. We're gonna use that take, I guess.
We're here to see who's Eugene's best friend. BFF. Hey BFF, Eugene's my best friend and I'm here to prove that our bond is strong and mutual. Hashtag Eugene forever.
I thought it was Zagene. Oh, 1 point off of Zach. He got the hashtag wrong.
You can't start with negative.
You didn't even get our ship name right.
Eugene, I'm here to prove that you and I are best friends, and I drew you a gorgeous drawing of you without a shirt holding Pesto.
I like that.
And I tried to really capture Pesto's energy.
Yeah, he looks insane. 3 points for Ned.
Woo!
You can't know what the dick.
Let's do this, bitch.
That's so good.
That's so you.
Yeah, keep 5 points.
Yay! He's sitting all naked and closed off saying somebody's a bitch.
We're starting -1, 3, and 5.
Round 1. Questions that the public could know, they could look up. Maybe we've said it in a video before. What is the name of the town I grew up in? Spelling matters.
I instantly forget it. I know it's some bogus German name and I cannot believe... Pflugerville. I wrote German name. It's Pflugerville, Texas.
What was your answer, Ned?
Pflugerville, Texas!
And what was your answer, Keith?
Pflugerville.
You misspelled Pflugerville.
Sure did.
Ned was the only one who spelled it correctly. It is with a P, because it is German, so Ned gets the point.
Yes! I can't believe that was
I'm glad that you
only
thought of
worth
it last
1
moment.
point.
Wait. The town that has a silent P is your first easy question? You dick.
Guys, my questions are crazy.
You're like that, you're
It's
crazy.
me thrilling. This has been in many videos. What is my mom's name?
Oh, God.
I will also accept if you spell it in Korean.
I'm not gonna
Go
draw
for
what
it,
I
Keith.
think Korean looks like.
Why, of course, your mom's name is Irene. And here it is in Korean.
It is a very common Korean American name.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Your mom's name is Diane. Here it is in Korean.
I know she calls you Eugenia, so maybe it's because it's her name too.
My mother's name is Min Young.
What is the Korean characters?
You know, actually, you're pretty close. All right, let's give the point to Ned.
Wow, give it to Ned. Diane wins. Thank God I started with 5 points.
What attribute does my dog Pesto have that most other dogs you see don't have?
I know this one. I would say this is way easier than Pflugerville.
So Pesto is a pound pup and he has a scar down his back.
Pesto's really great at pooping. It's because he always has expressed anal glands.
Pesto has an underbite.
Pesto does have a giant scar down his back.
Breaking even.
From a previous Try Guys video. I'm just expecting it to be Korean.
You are not 100% Korean.
What percentage Korean am I? You get an extra point if you can also write my Japanese percentage and my Chinese percentage.
I guessed 40 Korean, 30 Japanese, and 10 Chinese, which I do realize does not equal 100.
I guess 76% Korean, 13% Japanese, and 11% Chinese.
I felt you were 63% Korean, 16% Japanese, and 21% Chinese. This is the hardest question for 1 point. You're such a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Because guess who is 63% Korean?
I take it back, I'm a hero.
We talked about my mother, but we didn't talk about my drag mother, Mayhem Miller. She was just on a little show called RuPaul's Drag Race. What season was it?
We love Mayhem, she's dope.
But we don't love her enough to know exactly what season it was.
RuPaul's Drag Race, season 11.
It was RuPaul's Drag Race season 17.
No idea? Season 8.
The correct answer is tens across the board, which means Zach was the closest.
That means I have 1 point now because I started negative.
Yes. So let's see what the points are currently.
Wow, Keith got 6 points from 5 questions.
And I got 1 right.
Try Guys game time.
No, Bean, don't eat the marker, don't eat the marker. Now it's time for round 2. The questions are worth 2 points, and these my friends should know. What is actually my greatest irrational fear?
Eugene is afraid of airplanes crashing.
Eugene is afraid of airplanes because he doesn't want to die when it's someone else's fault.
Flying or a plane crash. I also drew a little bug. I was just sort of doodling.
Planes and flying.
Yay!
I don't like when I'm not in control. Next question.
That was the easiest question you've asked so far.
Name the one music artist whose entire discography I randomly know.
We're in the pop culture round now. Daddy Zach's got this.
You just say Daddy Zach's got this?
I did.
What is your answer?
Miss Perfect Pitch herself, Celine Dion.
Rihanna.
I would be surprised if you knew all of R. Kelly.
While I do appreciate, love, and want to be Rihanna, Celine Dion is the correct answer.
Oh.
Because my stepfather and mom are obsessed with her. They would play her constantly when I was growing up.
I'm playing to win. I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make friends.
There is one thing I'm truly terrible at that the other guys are better at me at. Better at me than at. Better than it yet?
Speaking.
Speaking. What is the one thing I'm bad at that the other guys are better at?
Eugene sucks at video games.
Eugene sucks at emotional vulnerability.
Eugene sucks at Mario Kart video games. Lady Mushroom.
Lady Mushroom. What's Lady Mushroom's real name?
Lady Mushroom
Toadette.
is Toadette.
Oh, I just call her Lady Mushroom. It is video games. My mother did not want me to become an Asian nerd, so she told me I'd get thumb cancer so I wouldn't play it.
Min, lay off him.
When I'm drunk,
Yep.
I'm known to become one of 10 distinct split personalities. Name 2 of my 10 split personalities when I'm drunk.
I wrote down 4. The most dangerous Eugene is Theft Eugene. There is, of course, Social Eugene, Runs Away Eugene, and Doesn't Like Zach, Ned, and Keith Eugene.
I tried to name all 10. Crazy Eugene, where you hop in trees. Wanderer Eugene, where you leave your friends. Bitchy Eugene, Depressed Eugene, Angry at White People Eugene, Slutty Eugene, and Euphoric Eugene.
I have Hostess Eugene and Runaway Tabitha.
We have Sexually Aggressive Eugene, Childlike Wonder Eugene, Politically Argumentative Eugene, Escapist Ghost Eugene, Sleepy Time Eugene, Dancing Maniac Eugene, always comes out at weddings, Klepto Criminal Eugene, K-Rage Fighting Eugene, Existentially Depressed Eugene, and Hostess with the Mostest Eugene.
Wow.
You have 2, I'm gonna give you 4, and I'm gonna give you 2. I especially like that Hostess with the Mostest Eugene is the most recent split personality
It's
to come out.
the newest evolution.
Eugene. So that's the end of round 2. Here are the scores. And there's an ice cream truck. Do you hear the ice cream truck? Should we get ice cream? Final round, round 3. It's anyone's game.
Wow.
These are the hard questions. Fill in the blank. As a child, up until I was about 7 years old, I suffered from chronic blank.
The thing that I'm thinking, I think is right, but it's gross.
Well, they're already icked out just by your general demeanor this entire episode.
Daddy Zach's got this.
And Zach, what's your answer?
You were a skin picker.
You had chronic ear infections.
Chronic bowel pus. Pus in his bowels.
I had chronic nosebleeds. I was like an anime character who was constantly turned on.
So, do you still have bowel pus?
Fun fact, I know a lot about astrology. So which zodiac signs, if you happen to suck, makes you the suckiest?
I'd say everyone says, watch out for the Leos, which is me, Scorpio, and Capricorn, because Capricorn has corn in its name, and that's also me.
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, well, shit.
Based on my encyclopedic knowledge of the astrological tables, Scorpio, Taurus, and Capricorn.
I also threw Capricorn under the bus and added in Libra and Cancer.
Well, the 3 zodiac signs I personally think, when they're messes, they're really messy. Cancer, Virgo, and Pisces.
Wow, I got
Didn't see that coming at all.
I got one.
1 point for Keith. They're some of the greatest people you'll know, but also if they suck, they're some of the worst people, in my opinion. Leos are fucking dope. Scorpios are consistently moody. Tauruses, super chill. I love Libras. You get a Virgo that's like, got an agenda, they'll fucking cut you in your sleep.
What's a word like yelling nerd that could be applied to this bullshit?
Sometimes I think about when there's a situation if we have to eat other people, what would be the first part of the body I'm most interested in trying? If you get closest, I'll give you the points.
I'm not certain what part of the body you want to eat, but I do know whose body you want to eat off of, and that's Mr. Keith Habersberger. So I wrote Keith's femur area.
Yeah, I'd be delicious.
I feel like you want to eat this.
That is,
Femur's
your
that.
femur's your upper
Shit, well, that's
your
still
thigh.
delicious.
Yeah.
I wrote Keith's ass.
Damn, that'd be good. Did you write Keith
All
in after
really
I
want
wrote?
Keith. No, everyone just assumed I'm gonna eat Keith.
I wrote the back loin. It should be the tastiest, given that that's the tastiest on most animals.
The thumb and the fleshy palm, because it looks just like a drumstick.
You want to eat this?
It looks like a drumstick, and you can just eat
That would be
the
awful
flesh of the
tasting.
palm. Have you guys not thought about this?
No.
Well, I'll give the points to Ned because I would eat Keith's ass out of all of us.
I pray I never crash on an island with you. Eugene's the guy that waits like till sundown. He's like, well, who are we eating?
Speaking of which, the next question. If the 4 of us were in a horror movie, and I was the final girl, in what order would you 3 die in?
We are big horror movie fans, you and I. So, Keith, is the sacrificial lamb, the first kill. He's our Drew Barrymore, gets the horror movie started. Ned's the fake hero that dies halfway through, thrusting Eugene into final girl status. And Zach, in the end, he somehow survives and is there just as comic relief.
Interesting presentation.
Pretty good.
All right, Ned, what about you?
Ned dies first because he's cocky, runs in thinking he can save the situation. Next, Keith, because he's sexy. You want to keep him around till at least Act 2 for the eyeball factor.
Good call.
But you know, he gonna get murked. Finally, Zach. He appears to be smart because he has glasses.
Zach would freeze and fumble in the cold open of the movie and be killed mysteriously. He's just the old man character who gets murdered for no reason. Ned would bro out in an attempt to save everyone and kill himself on accident. Keith would be the joke, I made it, it's okay, the movie's gonna be just fine, and then suddenly, and it is revealed that this beautiful person was in on it the entire time and was trying to get all of us killed.
These are great horror pitches, guys. 1, we would have Zach in a false death. 2, we would have Ned. 3, we would have Keith. And then 4, a Zach, a true death.
Wow, so we all had elements that were right.
Ned had the purest horror conventions, which I was going off of, which is jockey,
Yep,
pretty nice,
yep.
smart with glasses.
Yes!
And Ned hates horror movies
And Ned
the most.
hates horror movies. I do like the Drew Barrymore thing. I like the final girl as the villain in the end, but this is
No, you're
actually
right.
the way it would break down.
Yeah.
All right, good job, guys. Last question, final round. At what age did I lose my virginity? So whoever's the closest will get the points.
People assume that Eugene has been slutting it up for a long, long time. Eugene did not lose his virginity until age 25.
Eugene did not lose his virginity until age 23.
Gotta team up with Corsini on this one and say 25.
I was 25.
Eugene kept his pants zipped up, and then he unleashed Pandora's box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I kept my pants on for a very long time. People would be surprised by that. In fact, I was the least slutty try guy until 25.
Ned slutted it up hard.
Okay, well, I think we don't have much more time in this video, so we should probably sign off.
We have some pretty exciting scores here. Between first and second place is 1 point. Oh no. The person who is actually my best friend
Wait, can we all hold hands? This is huge. This is big.
is Ned.
I won't give you a hug.
Thank you.
because
You
I
know me.
respect your
You know me.
boundaries.
Well, this was game time. Looks like after all 4 of these videos where we found out who each person's best friend was, we were all each other's best friend in some way.
Yeah.
It turns out we're all best friends together. On Try Guys Game Time! For the record, Eugene made this game up, told us the rules, and in classic Eugene fashion, is changing the rules.
I think 1 point off of Zach.
Come on!
Nice job, bitch.
Thanks, I like that. Thanks.